Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Anwar, from Get Right Radio, the podcast you see and you hear on your Facebook news feed every Friday night, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern. Man, I guess it's my first one, so, what I'm saying, I gotta, get the kinks out. So, right now, what I want to touch on is something that's a very serious subject. You see it a lot in the media. It's always posted about when it's pertaining to LGBT or some kind of thing where child suicide is going on. And I just want to talk about bullying a little bit. And I think what's going on with bullying is something very serious, but I think it's a very simple solution, especially, when you know how to cope with it, when you know how to identify it, when you know how to fix the situation. So here's, a couple thoughts that I have on bullying. Number one, bullying has always been around, for the longest of times. So you always see it on teen movies. There's always a bully. There's always somebody bossing somebody around. We see it in our workplace. We get it, sometimes in our churches. We get it spiritually. It's always been around. But I think what the agenda is with the LGBT and everything is that to attain bullying to some kind of domestic or hate crime. It's always being identified as a hate crime, when somebody's getting pushed around or anything like that. So I just want to touch on one of my own situations that happened to me when I was a kid. This situation happened at school. These guys were beating up on my friends, and they also came towards me. For the large part of before high school, man, I was always bullied. Every year, no matter how big or tall I got, there was always somebody that wanted to try to impose their will on me. Thank goodness, my parents taught me how to cope with it. Whenever they would pick on me, I would laugh. I would laugh with them instead of just crying about it. Whenever they, it depends on, how they approach me. If they want to fight me, I always walk away. But if they give me no option, it's time to put up D's. Here's what I want to tell everybody about bullying. It's always going to happen, especially in the public school system. Bullying is going to happen to your child all the time. So don't overreact. But what you have to do is teach your child how to cope with it. The reason why we have so many kids that are crying, they don't have any fortitude, they don't know how to deal with situations, is because we're always running to their rescue and we're not doing enough. We're not preparing them enough to be able to deal with those situations, because those type of situations build character in somebody. There's no drawback from that. They're always, it's building character. It's part of, okay, so if I know how to deal with this bully, I can maybe deal with other things. And then that's one issue that a child may think about. You always have to prepare your child for how to get out of situations. I was always taught to run. Don't fight unless you have to. And I'm a pretty big dude, but if you threaten me, it's going down. So here's my thoughts. Here's another thought that I have. Can't be raising a generation of punks. And that's why, this is why, for the most part, our society has been feminized. We're raising a generation of punk men, mama's boys, men that don't have any fortitude. They don't know how to deal with situations. They don't know how to deal with work. They don't know how to just go to work and work. They're always going to complain about somebody giving them a good job, telling them a good job. They always want validation and stuff like that. And I can speak from that, from experience. So here's what I want to tell everybody. Teach your kids. Toughen them up. Put your kids in self-defense class. Fathers and mothers, there's a difference between don't to the fathers, don't let the mothers like over nurture the kids. Sometimes they're gonna have to get out there and fight. Especially if you're raising Christian children, you're gonna have to learn how to get out there and fight. So whenever things happen to them out there, be sure to remind them this is, the Lord building your character. He's trying to build some fortitude, but we also have to protect them too. So if things get too ridiculous with the bullying, we got to be parents now and go out there and address the situation. This is just me. Just want to just inform you guys on what my thoughts is about this, and I'll see you later. Have a good day.